Hello, welcome to your weather forecast with Dooley Godot, and we're going to be talking about the forecast coming up for the next couple of days here, and we're going to be taking a look at where some flooding rainfall is going to take place. But first, our city of the day is going to be the wonderful city of Omaha, Nebraska. Yes, get to be our city of the day, and Omaha, I really care because Union Pacific Railroad is based out of Omaha, so which is my favorite railroad. If I ever worked for the railroad, it's one of the ones that I would love to work for. At least as a kid, I wanted to work for Union Pacific. So the railroad history is here, and you can also go take a look at their railroad museum, which is fabulous, and it'll talk all about the railroading history. You can also learn about the big boy steam locomotives here as well. So I love the city of Omaha. And today you're going to have kind of a gloomy day out there. 59 degrees is your current temperature, and you're going to be seeing some showers and thunderstorms work its way through the area today, but don't have to worry about anything severe today. So that is great news as far as that front is concerned, but you will be seeing those showers and some storms around today as you see those temperatures hover around in the lower 60s there. So some housekeeping for the channel. You can leave your likes, your comments, and please subscribe to the channel because once again, 80% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribers, all new watchers. So please leave your likes, your comments, and interact with the channel and the video and subscribe. Alright, so let's move on to our national radar and take a look at all the rainfall that's taking place across the center part of the nation. And we're going to take a look at what's going on in Oklahoma right now. Okay, so we are going to start our dance around the country right now and taking a look at the national radar. And we're going to start off with Oklahoma and Kansas here and southern Nebraska. As you can see, this large area of rainfall that's extending all the way down through southern Texas, central and north Texas, through central Oklahoma here, through central Kansas and southeastern Nebraska, also into Iowa, Missouri, and we even have some showers extending over into Arkansas and Louisiana down here. So a lot of rainfall taking place across the center part of the nation. We are seeing some thunderstorms embedded in all of this, but nothing is severe for you guys right now. So it's just general rain showers and some isolated storms embedded in all this. So nothing, but that flooding is going to be the issue that you're going to be worrying about in this part of the nation today, as you're going to be dealing with a lot of heavy rainfall today and tomorrow. So we're going to be dealing with that for the next few days as we are working with some tropical moisture that was associated with a disturbance over the Gulf of Mexico that came on shore and is pulling with it a lot of tropical moisture. So we're seeing that heavy rainfall out there over the central and southern plains. So we're going to move to the east and take a look at some showers that's taking place along the southeast and the mid-Atlantic right now. Okay, so here we are taking at the southeast. We got Mississippi and Alabama and Mississippi here, as well as Georgia, maybe some of you folks down in Florida, and we got the mid-Atlantic here, so Virginia Beach, DC, Baltimore. You're going to be seeing some showers and maybe some storms from your area today, and we're also going to be seeing that down here near Charlotte, North Carolina, Fayetteville, and down into South Carolina. You see a few scattered showers in a mix through this, and then more showers down here near Atlanta through Georgia, as well as over here into Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to be Jackson, Mississippi, and Birmingham, Alabama. There we're going to be seeing some showers and storms for your afternoon. So a lot of heavy rainfall expected through this part of the nation today, as well as what we just showed you over here through Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas there. So that is a look at the areas with the most significant impacts to the weather. And here we are as we're going to take a look at your weather today. Okay, here's your weather today, and the first thing we're going to take a look at is the watches and warnings out there that the National Weather Service has posted for different hazards that's taking place at this current time. And we do see that rainfall here across Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas part of Louisiana as well. We're seeing these flood watches here and flood warnings taking place. That is going to all that rainfall. So a lot of heavy rain and thunderstorms for this area today that we're going to be seeing that as well. And again, we're going to have to worry about our red flag here through southwestern Texas, western New Mexico, southwestern Colorado, southeastern Utah, and eastern Arizona. We have our red flag as we have very low relative humidity. We have high winds through a lot of this area, some warm weather, so it's perfect conditions for fire danger and fire problems. We do have a hermit and that calf fire that's burning here about through New Mexico that has over 310,000 acres burned, and it's only about 40 to 45% contained at the moment. And there are several other smaller fires that are burning through parts of New Mexico, Utah, Arizona, and Colorado as well. So we're going to be dealing with those fire issues for this afternoon and tomorrow. And out in California, we got a lot of heat here in the Central Valley and high winds down in the southern end of the Central Valley, as we're going to be seeing that high wind warning out there and those temperatures in the mid to upper 90s to near 100. So you also have a fire danger as well, as you're not seeing very much in the way of precipitation in the great state of California, in the Golden State out there. So that is a look at the watches and warning across America right now. Not a whole lot to deal with other than this heavy rainfall and our fire danger in the desert Southwest out there. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about the drought situation, and you know how we're dealing with that red flag. We've been seeing that red flag through New Mexico and Arizona. Sometimes it extends through Texas, through the high plains here through the Dakotas. We often see it in Nebraska and Kansas and Oklahoma as well. And let us not forget Colorado and Wyoming often also see that red flag and critical fire issues. And part of it is because of the exceptional drought that's been taking place here across the western half of the nation. And as long as we are in that La Nina pattern, and La Nina keeps a hold over our weather patterns, we are going to see this drought through this part of the country continue. And this drought is going to persist through the rest of the month of May and through the month of June. So we're going to continue to see that drought, and we're going to also see, but we will see, however, as some drought conditions start to improve here through the high plains in Montana, through parts of Wyoming there, the Dakotas, Nebraska and Kansas, Oklahoma, Northwest Texas. We're going to see it continue, start to improve, as we've been seeing more weather systems come down the spine of the front range of the Rockies here and into the central and southern plains. We've been seeing more opportunities for rainfall, and that pattern is expected to continue for a few weeks or the next month or so. So we're going to continue to see weather systems come down out of the northern Rockies through the central and southern plains and spread on east through the Midwest and into the east, mid-Atlantic states. So we're going to continue to see that rainfall progress that way, and we will start to see some drought conditions begin here across the southeast, as most of the rainfall has been kind of centered in this region here. It's going to continue to see rainfall progress from west to east after dropping down out of the mountains that way. So that is a look at what the drought situation will look like across America for the rest of May and into the month of June. And here is the monthly temperature outlook for the month of June. And yes, of course, that above average temperatures are going to continue here across parts of Texas, New Mexico, and eastern Arizona. So we're going to see above average continue here and through the southwest and south Texas here. And it's going to also be warmer through the northern Rockies as well, through the Midwest and the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, and the southeast. We'll see temperatures remain a bit above average, but much more extreme heat going to be possible through the state of Texas in the month of June. So expect those triple digits to really kick in here through Texas and the Southwest as we come into the month of June. All right. Now here is what our precipitation odds are. It's going to look like here as we go through the month of June. Now, talking about the high plains and the front range of the Rockies, how we're seeing storm systems come through this way and plant themselves down here into the southern plains through Kansas and Oklahoma and North Texas, where we've been seeing that pattern. It's not going to do enough to alleviate how below average the precipitation is going to be. So even though we're seeing those weather systems come down, they are relatively dry until they get down here into the southern plains and the Mississippi Valley, to where they can fetch that tropical moisture off the Gulf of Mexico, and then they can become wetter systems as they move east. But coming down this way, they're going to be drier systems because there's no moisture source for them to pick up moisture to bring down as they come over the ridge, over the mountains here. So that below average conditions for precipitation is going to continue here across the high plains through New Mexico, Colorado. We got Oklahoma, North Texas. We had Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, all the way into the Pacific Northwest to the Portland area here. So we're talking Central Oregon, Northern California, Nevada, Utah, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, southwestern Iowa, eastern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and central and northern Texas will continue to see that below average precipitation through the month of June. And we're going to also see above average precipitation here and from Florida and the Gulf Coast. So if you're along the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina perhaps, we'll see that above average precipitation, and mostly because of the tropical influence off of the Gulf of Mexico. And we're going to see those equal chances for precipitation in the Northeast, the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest, the Midwest here, and the Mid-Atlantic states. We're going to see equal chances for above average, average, or below average. So anything can happen in this area where the white is, the desert Southwest. Hopefully a decent monsoon season sets up here in the desert Southwest, Arizona and California, that we can see a good monsoon season that can provide some good rainfall to the Imperial Valley here and the onion farms here in Arizona and oranges and stuff down here in Arizona and California. So hopefully we can get a good monsoon season, and we will see the potential for above average, average, or below average precipitation here along the Canadian and U.S. border here, the Northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest, which just means anything can happen this year. So there's nothing that is going to indicate which direction that the climate is going to go over another direction. So equal chances for all the areas in the white. All right, so I'm going to show you a quick video of that huge tornado in Morton, Texas yesterday that occurred during the storms in the evening. Remember when I talked about yesterday's forecast, how I said Texas is at risk for large tornadoes, and it sure enough did happen along the Texas and New Mexico border there, the town of Morton, which is just west of Abilene and southwest of Lubbock, just west of Lubbock, and southwest of Abilene and northeast of El Paso. So we did see what could be an F5 tornado. I haven't heard what the National Weather Service rated it as yet, but this is an incredible wedge tornado in West Texas. So check out this video real quick.
In it too.
Alright, wasn't that just completely awesome? A very frightening dust-filled tornado there in West Texas. So now, thinking of tornadoes, let's talk about our severe weather outlook for the next few days, okay? Okay, so here's what we're going to be seeing today as far as the severe weather threat. We do have a huge area here across the state of Texas. So Texas, once again, is going to be the bullseye here for today as far as severe weather is concerned. So those really large tornadoes, again, F5, F4, F3, big wedge tornadoes, maybe some stovepipes, a cone or two could be possible. Very large hail. We're talking baseball, golf ball, softball size hail, tennis balls. Texas is known for very large hail, and today could be no exception. So if you are here, Dallas, Waco, Fort Stockton, Amarillo, Midland, Odessa, Central Texas here, North Texas, you are under the gun for that enhanced risk for severe weather. So you're going to see that scattered severe storms with a few tornadoes possible, very large hail, damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour. We're talking some flash flooding is possible from heavy rainfall. Oh, excuse me. And here in the yellow, we have our slight risk that you're going to be seeing through Lubbock. We're talking Fort Stockton, down here through San Antonio and Austin. You're right on the border for that enhanced and slight risk area. But anyway, you guys kind of have to pay attention to the weather forecast this afternoon as your day goes on, because down here through Texas, it's going to be kind of a busy day. I know Ryan Hall, well, I don't know about Ryan Hall, but Reed Timmer and all those guys are going to be all converging on this area today. Going to be a lot of storm chasers down here in Texas today. You guys be careful out there, but do your job and get those video for us for those tornadoes and that large hail out there. I like to see the hail. It's really crazy. And get some good storm structure footage as well, because I'm a storm structure guy, so I'm all about that. But we're going to be seeing that severe weather extend all the way across the southeast and into the mid-Atlantic states this afternoon. We do have that marginal risk. So we're talking that large hail and damaging winds again and flooding rainfall. The biggest threat, I think, to this area east here and up the mid-Atlantic is going to be heavy rainfall. It's going to be the threat of the day as far as this area is concerned. Here it's going to be that tornadoes and large hail and damaging winds in this area. So very, 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 very busy day expected for severe weather down there across the state of Texas. Here's what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. That heavy rain threat is going to move into the upper Midwest here into Illinois. We got Wisconsin, Indiana, parts of Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, down through Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas once again, down to Houston here. Corpus Christi. Yesterday I said Corpus Crispy. Somebody teased me about it in the comment section. So, but we're going to say it right today. So we have Corpus Christi down here that's going to be seeing that marginal risk for severe threat. Severe, but the biggest threat is going to be heavy rainfall for your Thursday forecast or for your Wednesday forecast. Here we are for Thursday. That heavy rains move just slightly to the east. Now these systems don't have a lot of get up and go to move from west to east. They're very slow moving as we don't have a powerful jet stream behind these guys to really push them on out there. And the NA and the AO and the Atlantic oscillation has been very positive lately, so we have a lot of high pressure, and it's kind of blocking things up here. So we're going to be seeing, well, that would be a negative AO and a positive NAO. So with the AO being negative, it's creating a lot of blocking. So these storm systems don't have a lot behind them to push them on out to sea. So they just kind of meander and move slowly. They may get deflected to the north and eventually make their way over the top of the Bermuda High. They're sitting offshore right there. So we're going to be seeing that heavy rainfall continue here through the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, and we have the Southeast down here that's going to be seeing that heavy rainfall for your Thursday out there. So that is a look at the severe weather threat for the next 3 days, for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. All right, so here's our fire weather outlook. Let's talk about the fires. All right, so we have our critical fire danger here through New Mexico. Once again, here's where our Hermit and Cat Fire is burning. Here through near Las Vegas and Albuquerque, just between the two, we have that 300,000 acre fire that's being fought right now, and we have that elevated fire risk through Arizona, Utah, and Colorado as well, and that's going to extend down to West Texas. But right in here, we have some dry lightning. Now, there are some thunderstorms taking place, and I can see the rainfall on the radar that's going through here, but it's going to depend on how much of that rainfall is actually reaching the surface down here. So dry lightning is going to be an issue today through parts of northeastern New Mexico and southern Colorado down there as we get those dry thunderstorms moving in. Here we are for tomorrow. Tomorrow we still have an elevated fire risk as we get a little bit cooler and maybe a north wind that would blow a cooler wind through New Mexico here. So it will cool things down, maybe raise the humidity levels just a little bit. So we're going to drop down to an elevated fire risk for this part of New Mexico, exactly the area where that very large fire is burning. So that is a look at the fire risk for your Tuesday and Wednesday. So, all right, so we're going to take a look at the national forecast right now. And again, we got this area of severe weather here across Texas. As I mentioned before, I don't think I have to reiterate how dangerous this situation is going to be again today here across Texas. So please pay attention to the weather forecast that's going on in your area here. If you are in central, northern, and southern Texas today, and if you're in through Kansas and Oklahoma and Arkansas here, Louisiana, as you might be dealing with some flash flooding, so pay attention to that report. If you're going down a road and it looks flooded, turn around, don't drown. Please don't drive over flooded roadway. Same thing here in the mid-Atlantic states. So if you're in the Carolinas here, Virginia, heavy rainfall with your thunderstorms as well. Flash flooding is going to be an issue in that region as we're going to see that heavy rainfall. And then we got a lot of rainfall and thunderstorms between here and here. So along the southeast, the Gulf Coast here, through Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina. We got Mississippi, Tennessee, southwestern Kentucky, Virginia, maybe West Virginia. We got parts of Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, southern Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, South Dakota, Kansas, New Mexico, Colorado, up to Wyoming, parts of Montana here, Idaho, all going to see some precipitation today. Here across the Front Range in the northern Rockies, you're going to see that snow in the higher elevations. But it's not going to be a whole lot of snow, so not a lot of accumulation to worry about there. But you might see a chance for a thunder snow, so that would be cool if you see a thunder snow up through parts of the northern Rockies and the Front Range up there. So how about that? All right. So here you are for tomorrow. So tomorrow we have this frontal boundary here, a nice cold front. We got a warm front, so there's our triple point there. We're going to see this heavy rainfall, this tropical Gulf moisture here, pump those heavy thunderstorms through the southeast here, through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, through Tennessee, into Kentucky here, over here through southwest Texas. So from Houston, Beaumont, we got New Orleans, Lake Charles, we got Biloxi, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, through parts of the Florida Panhandle. We're going to be seeing that heavy rain and thunderstorms as well. Those thunderstorms are going to extend up into the the Great Lakes. So we're going to see some Great Lakes thunderstorms for your Wednesday out there. And we're going to see some rainfall here through Minnesota, South Dakota, back over to Nebraska and Kansas and Oklahoma. We're going to see some heavy rainfall into southern Canada here. So Montreal, Toronto, you guys can get ready to receive some rainfall as well. Lovely weather in the northeast along the southeast coast. Down in the state of Florida for a change. No rainfall expected for your Wednesday. Beautiful weather here across the Rockies, the Pacific Northwest, the northern plains of the Dakotas, California, the Southwest, the Rockies here. Beautiful weather conditions. We're going to see that heat down here in Arizona, Southern California once again. But so just be prepared and be ready to act and to prevent heat stroke, heat-related illnesses or sicknesses or anything like that, okay? All right, so that is a look at Wednesday. Here is Thursday. That beautiful weather will continue here across the west, the desert southwest, through the northern Rockies into the northern plains. We do start to see some rainfall in the Pacific Northwest, the Cascades, the extreme northern Rockies here along the Canadian border. We got Glacier National Park. We're going to see some rainfall, maybe a little bit of snow across the highest elevations of the Cascade Mountain Range, but for the most part, it's going to be rain and maybe some thunderstorms here through Idaho and parts of Oregon. Yeah, some thunderstorms out there. And that storm here is going to move a little bit further east. That low pressure center is going to lift into the upper Midwest here. So Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois going to be seeing those thunderstorms. Heavy rainfall here along the Appalachians. So we have North Carolina, so Greenville. We got South Carolina here, North Georgia, just north of Atlanta. We're going to be seeing that flash flooding potential here as some heavy rainfall will congeal in this area. But we will see thunderstorms along this frontal boundary up into this warm front. So we're going to see thunderstorms over a large portion of the eastern half of the nation for your Thursday. It's going to start to infiltrate the northeast. So down here across the big cities, New York, Philly, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, Buffalo, you guys here in New York, upstate, going to start to see some rainfall and thunderstorms move your way for your Thursday. So it was nice to get a nice few cool, dry days in store for you guys. Going to warm up a little bit ahead of that system. Then those showers and storms going to move through and repeat the cycle once again, but I don't expect any severe weather for your Thursday. Here we are. Take a quick look at the tropics. Okay, the tropical here in the Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico is starting to look interesting, even though they're not expecting any development here over the next couple of days. But I am noticing an increase in thunderstorms here over the eastern sections of the Gulf. Also here just offshore in Texas, we got this big blob here that's producing some thunderstorms just off the coast of Houston here. Got to keep an eye on that. because if that doesn't move back on shore, if it moves offshore, it could develop into something here in the Gulf of Mexico, as conditions are pretty nice out here in the Gulf. Nice, calm conditions, perfect for some tropical development to take place in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, out here over the open Atlantic, we do have this guy here. This is an upper level low pressure center, so it's not going to be conducive to any tropical development. It's also creating a lot of shear, as it has a cold front that's associated with it, frontal boundary. So we got a lot of shear out here, so not expecting any development here in the southern Caribbean and along the coast of Colombia. Here we got Colombia and all these countries down here in Central and South America. I'm not going to try to name all those countries. We got Central America here, maybe, and again that area of disturbed weather here through the Florida Straits down into near Nicaragua and El Salvador down there. Okay, all right, here we are with the Pacific. All right, so we got this guy here, a broad area of low pressure out here that has a 20% chance of developing into something tropical over the next 2 days. So we're going to keep an eye on this guy out here. It's pretty far out here to see, so it's a good chance if it develops, it's not going to affect Mexico or Baja or California in any way. It's probably just going to go off to the northwest like many of the systems do here in the Eastern Pacific. Now in the Central Pacific, we have this thing that's been out here for over a week that's been kind of meandering around here. We do have this extratropical or upper level low pressure center that's been east of Hawaii for a while now, but it's not affecting the Hawaii in any way, shape, or form. Now the other thing is that some other things, I'm seeing that there have been drought conditions in Hawaii, of all places, but you could thank the La Nina pattern for that, since it's been broad area of high pressure out here that has deflected a lot of the storm system far to the north into Alaska and northern Canada. So we're not going to see much in the way of tropical development in the Pacific side, at least in the Central Pacific is concerned near Hawaii. So that was a look at the weather forecast for the next 3 days, and thanks for watching. Leave your likes, your comments. You can subscribe to the channel. I love you all. Thank you for the support and your kind words in the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow with the next weather forecast. Have a great day. See you then.